Art from Ashes is a safe space for young people who are struggling with trauma to tell their stories, connect with their community, and find transformation through creative expression. Here with more is Executive Director Catherine O'Neill Thorne and youth participant Zaya Heffinger. Thank you so much for being here.
It's good to see you again.
Thank you so much. Catherine, I want to start with you and explain what Art from Ashes is and how it was established for us.
In 2003, after having done the work for about 12 years with young people, I thought, well, all of the funding for youth and arts is getting cut in Colorado and going into the juvenile justice system. And Tina Griego wrote a column about that. And when I was being interviewed, I thought, I really have to make this my life's work.
Wow.
And I started Art from Ashes then.
We'll talk about an inspiration, really, yeah, when you recognize that there's a problem here. So let's talk about why your programs are so important.
Well, young people, I feel their voices are not heard in society, and through poetry and art, young people are able to use metaphor to tell stories that are often too deep and painful to recognize. And once they tell those stories, we believe that the connection that happens in the sharing of the story and the ability to recreate your story by your words and by your perceptions can change a young person's life. And we've won multiple awards because that's true.
Congratulations
Thank
on
you.
that. Zaya, what was it about Art from Ashes that really spoke to you and you felt like this was a good and safe place for you?
So I was in the youth advocate program. It's similar to the Big Sister, Big Brother program. Basically, a youth advocate takes you to places for like troubled youth, such as myself at that time. And one of the places that my youth advocate took me was Art from Ashes. And I never really felt like I had that big of a voice until I started writing poetry with them. And that was the first time I really spoke about things I would never really speak about.
Sure.
They gave me bravery and I just decided to stick with it because I really appreciate them.
What a great outlet for you. We're going to hear one of your poems here in just a minute. But
yeah.
Catherine, how can young people get started? You can drop in and you have other programs
Yes.
as well? Okay.
We work with partners in the community like schools and treatment centers and the Juvenile Justice Department. However, we felt we needed to open up a drop-in at our location at 13th and Navajo. Or 10th and Navajo, pardon me. It's right by the 10th and Osage Light Rail Station.
Okay.
So it's really accessible. And every Wednesday from 4 to 6 p.m., young people can come to us and it's free. We never charge young people to join our programs.
That's wonderful. I'm anxious to hear what you think impresses you most about the young people you serve.
I think that Zaya already alluded to it, and it's the courage. The fact that I think we all want to tell our stories, but there's a deep shame. And I think once young people understand that they have a really strong, deep wisdom and are appreciated for sharing that wisdom and begin to connect, that's when the transformation happens in a young person's heart. And I have seen it time and time again, just the courage to say, this is my story. And I believe I'm a creative genius and I want to use my voice to share that with the world.
That's terrific. You did mention a couple of the awards that you've been received, but the 2018 Mayor's Award was one, and that's got to be really exciting for you and the participants.
It was marvelous. We've been in the Colorado community, specifically in Denver, for 16 years. And to be recognized as having a powerful impact on youth through the arts was a great honor. Very much appreciate that.
Yeah.
All of us do.
Wonderful. Zaya, we teased that you have one of your poems here, and I
Yeah.
want you to read it for us, but I first want you to tell us what inspired you and motivated you to write this one.
All right, so this is definitely one of my sadder poems, and the reason why, this is a poem that I wrote after I lost somebody really important to me recently. You know, she was really important to my life, and she was too young to pass away how she did, and that's why I wrote this poem. It's pretty much about how the sun hasn't really shone the same since she's gone away.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, without further ado, an original poem by Zaya Heffinger.
This one's called Since the Butterflies Began to Fly. Since the butterflies began to fly, my wings don't work quite the same. Since the roses began to bloom, I've forgotten where the door was to get out of my room. The sky's got a little less blue. Since the rain began to fall, I've been losing water. I've been losing fire. I've been losing a sense of life. Since the bumblebees began to buzz, I've been scared of getting stung. I haven't pollinated out of love. Digging through the trash to see if I could find any me time. Searching the dark corners of my universe to find anything that could get me high. Since the stars began to shine bright in the night sky, days have gotten darker. Hours got 16 minutes longer. My voice has gotten meaner, stronger. My words are turning hateful. My hopes are getting ungrateful. Since the doves began to sing, I stopped looking up. My turn to fly and jump. I'm seeing a little too clearly now. Your poetic lyrics aren't as good as I thought they were. The moon is melting. I've been getting beat and bruised by the sun. Since the day we last shared together drifted away, I've questioned if everything I'm doing is safe, if being around me is okay. I've told the mirror I don't want you to exist anymore. I dance in my daily storm. I let my raindrops pour. I see if happiness is available at the store. I double check if this is worth it anymore.
My goodness, what a beautiful, beautiful reading of true thoughts, really, that come from your heart. You were also had a chance to read your poem at the Inkwell at Book Bar, is that right? How did that make you feel reading in front of those folks?
It was really cool. You know, it was just a really chill place, and the people there were so nice, and there was amazing poets there, you know. Like, some of their work really inspired me and uplifted me, and I'm really glad I got that opportunity.
That's fantastic. Well, we appreciate you being here today.
Thank you.
What can people do to help with your mission?
I think that young people really need the support of the community, and financially nonprofits all struggle, no matter what it is. When you are offering hope for the future and the voices of youth, I would love to see people donate to that. And also leadership. We would love leadership, board members who have experience in the professional community or in fundraising or event planning. That's where most of our nonprofit service comes from, is volunteers.
Sure, of course, as many. Catherine and Zaya, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you for inviting us.
You're very welcome. Art from Ashes is a safe space for young people who are struggling with trauma to tell those stories, connect with their community, and find transformation through creative expression. You can support them now by donating through PayPal Cares. And to learn more about their programs and events, go online now to artfromashes.org.